Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Very
sir.
much audible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Uh, so we have as of now 13 participants, and I believe that the other delegates will join us soon. So let us start the program as scheduled at 3 p.m. today. A very good afternoon, one and all present here. So I welcome all of you in today's International Faculty Development Program on Leadership, Motivation, and Change Management. In fact, the idea behind hosting this particular IFDP came from Dr. Siddharth Ghosh, who is also present here. He suggested to host a program on this particular theme, which will be useful for all of us. Thank you so much, Dr. Ghosh, for your suggestion and the encouragement to host this program. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to Dhaka International University for partnering in hosting this particular faculty development program. Thank you once again, all of you present here in today's International Faculty Development Program on leadership, motivation, and change management. So I'll make a detailed deliberation on the subject, and at the end, I'll keep much time for interaction. I think that's the best part in collaborative learning so that we can learn from each other. I may not know all the answers put across to me, but I'm sure that there are many learned participants present today who will be able to share their views on different aspects of today's topic. See, all of us are aware that we're going through a difficult time. Since March, it's already 7 months over. The school, college, universities are closed, corporate partially working from office, and majority of the workforce are working from home. Economy is not doing well. International travel is affected. The industry, all the industry, whether it is tourism, hotel, IT industry, each and every industry is affected due to this COVID-19 pandemic. In this difficult time, we see that there are many corporates who are doing wonderful, and they have come out with adequate strategies to beat this COVID-19 effect. At the similar line, we have also seen at the political spectrum, if we analyze the leadership style of different leaders in different countries, we can also see that some of the leaders in some countries have taken the lead role in arrest this particular situation to a reasonable level. On the similar line, if we look at the academic world, we can also see that some institutions they have come out with amazing innovative measures to help to win the confidence of the stakeholders. Having said that, the first aspect is the leadership, and this particular aspect we have divided into three different segments: the corporate leadership, the political leadership, and the academic leadership. See, if you look at the corporate world, it's not only about the India, the whole world is affected due to this pandemic. International Monetary Fund said that the global economy is expected to shrink by over 3% in 2020. I think this is the steepest slowdown since the Great Depression of the 1930s. Indian economy contracts 23.9% due to COVID-19 effect. That is a beautiful saying in English. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. It means that whenever we find there are difficult situations, these situations itself helps some leaders to come forward and address this situation. And this particular example is linked with Winston Churchill, who showed great leadership skills during World War II. For many leaders across the world, I think this is the right time that they can do something creative, they can do something different, and they can do the same things differently, because this COVID threatening millions of lives across the globe. I'm sure that all of us are aware the fact the second waves of COVID will hit during the month of October and November. Second wave has already hit France, and again France has gone for lockdown. There is no effective vaccine as of now. The Russian vaccine claims that it's working. Even the Chinese vaccine also, they're claiming that it's a wonderful vaccine for COVID-19. But having said that, India is also in the race, and vaccines also are into the third phase of human trials. So let us hope that sooner than later we'll get a vaccine and we'll bounce back to normalcy. Till then, as rightly said, that this is the new normal. But we know that we have to live with it even the vaccine comes, with proper social distancing and the proper precautionary measures we need to follow to beat this pandemic and its effect. If we look at the India, the outbreak of COVID-19 has brought many social and economic distress. All sectors, the aviation, the tourism, the retail, the capital market, and MSME is badly hit. Our Honorable Prime Minister has already announced a budget of 20 lakh crores to boost or revive the Indian economy. International and internal mobility is highly restricted. The revenue generated from travel and tourism industry, which contributes around 9.2% of the GDP, but that industry has completely come down to a standstill. The hospitality industry, the travel and tourism industry has really badly affected due to this coronavirus. Aviation revenues, it will come down by USD $1.56 billion. The oil prices has come down 18 years low. And at the side by side, there are worries primarily because of job loss across different segments, whether it is the IT segment, the SME segment, the salaried professional, the teachers. We can see that there is a huge job loss. There is laid off, the salary cut, and the situation is really very, very grave. The International Labour Organization has mentioned that this coronavirus may lead to global corporate revenue loss of $5 trillion in 2020. That's a whooping amount. 400 million job lost in Q2 2020 across the world by ILO. Center for Monitoring Indian Economy Center for Monitoring Indian Economy has also said that around 6.6 million white collar professional job loss during May and August itself. And this particular job loss is for the engineers, the physicians, teachers, and other professionals. Center for Monitoring Indian Economy has also said that two of every five farms log 20% drop in the profits. I think that's a huge loss. Retail sector has gone for a toss. There is a business loss of 15.5 lakh crores as per the Confederation of All India Traders. So the situation is very, very gloom. But during this pandemic also, we have seen that some of the corporates have come forward and shown exemplary leadership styles to win the confidence of the people and the stakeholders. The example, the fast company, the Asian Paints, during this pandemic, in the first quarter itself, announced that they will increase the salary of their employees. I think that's something fantastic. And many companies followed as well. To mention that, the Reliance has also mentioned that, Reliance Industries Limited, that the employees, those who are getting more than 1.5 lakh salaries, their salary will be cut, and below that, there will be no cut in their salaries. I think Reliance is the best example wherein they could find out some investment like Facebook has invested in Reliance. Reliance has come out with Reliance Smart, the aggregator, online aggregator. GeoMeet, that also has become very, very popular. So there are companies which have shown exemplary no innovations or disruptions to come out and beat this particular COVID-19 impact. Whenever we talk about the leadership, whether it is academic, corporate, or at the government level, I think certain measures we need to work out. In the corporate, most of the companies, they have already worked out on COVID-19 company level policy. There are guidelines by the government how it's to be addressed, but at the company level or at the institutional level, as far as academic world is concerned, I think there has to be a company policy for COVID-19. Set up COVID-19 response team to take quick actions in case if some employees are affected due to COVID-19. Prepare a structured response plan. I think we need to have a standing operating procedure at the institution, at the corporate level to ensure that we react quickly in case of someone is affected or shown the symptoms of COVID-19. Educate employees on precautionary measures. I think that's very, very important. When school starts opening, the 7 states have opened their schools from 8 to 10 standards for September 21st. Okay. And I think that the students, this set of students, but attendance is not very encouraging. It was reported in newspaper, but I think this set of students need to be given proper instructions. There has to be enough awareness to be created so that they understand the social distancing and the norms or the standing operating procedures what they are supposed to follow during their stay in the campus. Expand digital workplace resources. I think that's very, very important. And it's happening. Corporate 75% of the workforce is working from home. Academia completely They are engaging classes, assessment, and all activities from home online. So digital workplace resources are in place. Be a part of a broader solutions. I think at the corporate level, as far as COVID-19 is concerned, we need to ensure that we have at institution level certain policy in line with the government policy. We need to form a COVID-19 response team at the institution level, a standing operating procedure, keep the campus neat and clean, create regular awareness program, extend the digital resources maximum, right? And be a part of a broader solutions as per the government directives. I think these are some of the measures as institutional level we need to have. During this pandemic, we know that PM Care Fund is created by our Honorable Prime Minister to address these grave situations. A lot of money spent to supply the ventilator, to establish COVID-19 specific hospitals and other kind of support mechanisms. Lot of companies, they have shown their interest, and they have under their corporate social responsibility scheme, they have donated lot of money to this PM Care Fund to support this cause. Let me give one or two examples. The billionaire Gautam Adani has given 100 crore contributions for the philanthropic purposes to the Prime Minister funds. Tata Sons and Tata Trust contributed rupees 1,500 crore rupees. On the similar line, Reliance Industries, JSW Group, Jindal Group, Kotak Mahindra, ITC Limited, Vedanta, Mahindra and Mahindra, and so many other companies have come forward. Now let me mention, it's not that only companies, even many institutions given their hostels for the COVID-19 patients and responded to this national emergency. So we see that lot of leadership initiatives are taken across all segments, whether it is corporate or academia, and that's something very, very encouraging. As far as the corporate initiatives are concerned, there are many theories available, or many corporates have practiced innovative measures, but certain things which we believe that we need to be really taken into consideration. The number one is calmness. I think in this difficult time, when corporate is not doing well, there is huge revenue loss, there is no onshore business, no foreign projects, whole economy is dull. I think at this difficult time, the corporate leaders must show some sense of belongingness and sympathy and empathy, and should maintain the calmness during this difficult time so that stakeholders are not disheartened or demotivated. I think that's very, very important. And it is equally important even at individual level also. As we all are locked down for so many months at a stress, I think there is a lot of stress, and we need to show our calmness. We need to understand the gravity of the situations, right? As a parents, as a brothers, sisters, I think we need to take the lead to maintain harmony and the peace. The second aspect, which is very critical, is the confidence. Many people are losing out confidence, especially students. During my interactions with the passing out students 2020 batch, Many students are really worried about their job prospect. But honestly saying, I think you all will agree with me that there is no job and thousands of employees are laid off at middle level, low level. SMEs are not doing well. And in these grave situation, what is very much important is to maintain calmness, to have confidence on the self, to believe that this time, difficult time, will also pass by, and learn some of the skills. Government of India has announced Atmanirbhar Bharat during this difficult time so that the students or the individual, those who have some skill sets, those who have the desire to do something of their own, may definitely give an honest attempt in this area as well. Some sectors definitely are reviving very fast, like pharmaceutical industry, the healthcare industry, the financial sector, especially insurance sector, recovering very very fast, and there will be lot of job opportunities. But the impact of COVID, as expert says, the amount of losses we have incurred, it will take minimum 3 to 5 years time to recover or come back to normalcy as it was before COVID-19 situations. But let us not lose hope. Let us maintain calmness. Let us have the confidence on ourselves, on our abilities, on our skills, and do something different or do the things differently and come out successfully of this difficult time. I think the corporate leaders must exhibit confidence to instill certain amount of positivity in the mind of their employees and the customers and the investors. That's very very important. The next part, which is very important, and we have seen that our honorable prime minister, how he has exhibited this particular no aspect. Communication, we know communication is, no, people say that 95% weightage can be given behind any successful leader on the communication. And this difficult time, the leader must communicate with the stakeholders time and again with transparency, with honesty, so that leaders can win the trust. And we have seen our honorable prime minister starting from lockdown 1, 2, 3, then unlock 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time he has come out open. Let me tell you, my talk is not political, I'm talking apolitical. But these communications to the nations is very, very important. On the similar line, I don't know whether the leaders in academic institutions are also communicating with the students or not. Classes are happening, but are they communicating with the students, with the parents, or with the employees regularly to have transparency, to put across the policy decision and the strategies to beat this difficult time? I think communication is very, very important, and leaders need to relentlessly communicate, communicate, and communicate. This is to avoid rumors developing that muddy waters, right? Lot of misinformations are around in social media, and this misinformation should not have any kind of negative impact on the employees and the stakeholders. That's why communication is very very important. So what we have said, the first one is the calmness, the peace of mind leaders must exhibit. The second one is the confidence. The third one is the communication. The fourth one is the collaboration. You know, today we are talking about collaborative shared economy. None of us alone can do individually. We can't make greater impact in today's world, if we join hands, if we collaborate with the similar minded people, then definitely we can make more impact. I think collaboration is the only way forward for all of us at whatever level we are doing it. We're doing research, we need to collaborate. We're doing some startup activities, we can collaborate. I think that's the best way, and leaders need to collaborate. The fifth point is the community. Today, it's the online, whether it is online community, WhatsApp community, Facebook group, LinkedIn community, some blogs. I think the concepts of community is very, very popular. And we all live in communities, right? Our factories, companies are in communities. Our college and universities are in communities. We are leading by example, not just within our organizations, but within our broader communities. So that's why there must be strong team spirit, good bonhomie, and good cohesion among each other and develop good community. The sixth one is the compassion. What time and again we're talking about is the compassion. Extremely important in this time. We may rise to the occasion if we are fortunate to have a good team around us. But there are many people in our organization who are depending on us, and leaders must understand the employees. There are many theories which are popular for last so many years. Those who are proven wrong during this difficult time. Many people are questioning. In good time, companies did not pay well to their employees. But in difficult time, at least you must take care. But companies are going all around for laying off and salary cut. I think that's a very, very unexpected trend everywhere. And teachers, we know the effect of the private teachers across school, college, and university. I think compassion is very, very important, and it is the best manifestation of any leader. We must show compassion, must have empathy and sympathy towards employees, the other stakeholders. The next C is the CAS. I think here everything boils down to the CAS. Lot of seminars, lot of MDPs are happening. How to ensure the financial stability? I think that's a very, very difficult question at this particular time. Companies need to ensure that cash keeps coming in. So if you look at all the companies, all the companies during this pandemic have gone for digital transformation because everything is happening digitally, right? Due to social distancing, people are not taking risk going to mall, movie hall. So that's why over the top, okay, the Amazon Prime and all those are doing so popular on it. So digital transformation is happening. A lot of innovations are happening. So how we can ensure the financial stability of the company, that's very, very important. Many experts suggest the lean manufacturing processes for the academic institutions, cut down the cost which are not required at present time and still continue the activities. We'll discuss that when we talk about the academic leadership. So some of the areas which we talk about is the calmness, the confidence, the communication, collaboration, developing community, compassion, having sympathy and empathy, and ensure that minimum cash must flow coming into the company so that we can sustain the financial stability is very, very important. Now there is another big challenge. I believe that this is across. right? Whether in the corporate or even in the academics, we all are facing these situations as most of the employees are working from home. So employers take it granted that they are always available for them. Anytime they are sending mail, anytime they are making call, and they are expecting that the person at other hand must respond and do the job. This is a wrong precedent set. Working from home is not bad. There are many research conducted during this pandemic, and it is shown that work from home, the productivity has gone up, and the serious productivity has really gone up during this pandemic. And it is also proven so many activities for which unnecessarily companies were spending money for meeting, traveling, and a lot of other activities. Most of the activities can be done through email, sitting at home, by using digital resources, being from home. I am sure that when we come back to normalcy, this trend, work from home using digital resources, will remain there because companies, they find the effectiveness of these resources available today and how work is happening. I think a lot of theories will change. A lot of theories will change once we come back to normalcy. I think the employers must ensure that those who are working from home, they also have Sundays, they also have their evenings to be with their families, and that must be respected. I think that's one area is very very important. And definitely no the what as we say, whenever the difficult time, no, we must look at the things differently, or we must do something where no other peoples are not doing it, something innovative, something creative. Now academics, when we come, we'll discuss a lot of no new innovations are happening in academic world, and some of the leaders are doing extremely no well. People first policy, I think that's during this pandemic, it is no this culture must be set forth, a culture that puts its people first, that generates the energy and the support to go to that extra mile. Talented and creative people, if they're taken care of properly, I'm sure that they will give their best. Times are tough right now, and many employees are uncertain about their futures. But still, as I said before, we need to instill certain amount of confidence. We need to have proper communications, transparency with them. We need to come out with some innovations. We need to find out the new ways of doing business and continue until no any vaccine comes or we go back to complete normalcy. Corporates have tough challenges, but as I said, many leaders in the corporate world, they have done exemplary during this pandemic. In India especially, once this China border issue and the corona effect, okay, which all believe that it has come from Yuan province of China. I think the world has come against China, which has come to the benefit of India. The Apple is no going to no locate its manufacturing base in India, and Telsa already they have said that they will have their manufacturing no base in India, and a lot of other companies we can find out that they are looking India as the best possible destinations to start their operations. So there are good news. There are a lot of hopes that definitely will come back and will do well. So that's the part of the first part of the corporate leadership. Now, if we talk about the political leadership, see political leadership. If we look at the how this coronavirus it no, came and how it was spread across the world, and the whole world the blames no Chinese premier, Xi Jinping for this. And it is proven that one scientist, who has taken asylum in US, and that lady scientist has openly said that it is developed in a lab in Wuhan, and it is chemically done. It is not a natural virus. And there are a lot of threats to our families back in China. The WHO, World Health Organization, the Director General, Tedros Adhanom, who is from basically a biologist from Ethiopia, he was also known about this fact. Now, whole world agrees that that's what China has. That's what no US has come out of this WHO, and China is taking the lead. US says that they invest $400 million to donate to WHO, and they don't have any say. And China only gives $40 million to WHO, and they are able to no manipulate. I think what kind of political leadership no we can see during this difficult time. China never accepted, and China allowed people from Wuhan to move around the world, and it spreads. Look at the leadership styles. The US could not manage it well because they took it lightly. And there are no, the huge, around 2 lakhs people died out of COVID in US. The UK did not take proper actions, and UK Prime Minister believed that they will develop the herd immunity when more than 50% people get affected. I think that's also another problem. And he himself got affected due to COVID. The Brazilian Prime Minister, Bolsonaro, did not show a very good leadership styles. He also did not believe in the effect of corona, and he took it very, very lightly. And he himself got infected with the corona. And you know the severity of the COVID in Brazil, in US, in UK. I'm not giving any political statement, but the lockdown is the best way to arrest the situations. Even the economy has come to a standstill. There was no economic activities. But as Prime Minister rightly said, if we have our health, then we can always come back. And our Prime Minister has shown exemplary leadership styles and initiated lockdown in the early stage. See, when there was lockdown, the corona effect was not that much, but only when we lifted the corona. See the example, I am in Bangalore. Bangalore was having the minimum corona cases. But in last 2 to 3 months, it has crossed 4.5 lakhs. See the Tamil Nadu. What happened to Tamil Nadu? Okay, how corona spread. What happened to West Bengal? So until lockdown, but we also have to agree that lockdown, how long we can stay under lockdown, right? People will die out of poverty, out of hunger, scarcity of food, no money. So a lot of challenges, but initial strategies are good. And if you look at the recovery rate, India is ahead of the other countries. Okay, many people got affected, but recovery is also very, very fast. Around 70% recovery is there. So politically, if you look at different countries have addressed differently. I think New Zealand is the first country which came out of COVID and declared it's a COVID free. But again, some people got infected with the COVID. The coronavirus goes under continuous mutation. That's what experts are saying, that second wave, after mutation, it changes its forms. It will again attack. And that time, the severity will be much more higher. Possibly, India, because of our climatic conditions, our food habit and lifestyle, we are much more immune to this corona, and your recovery rate is also very, very fast. And scientists say that the coronavirus which is present in India is the different. It's not that dangerous which is found in US in other countries. These all are based on the report or the expression of the scientists and the doctors, because we are not the doctors, right? As it is reported. So if we look at the political leadership styles, no, we can find out that different countries responded differently, right? And India has taken the lead during this time. As I said in the beginning, when difficult time comes, we'll find out that no, there will be a leader who will address or take up the challenges and address the problems. I think India is in the limelight during, and it has earned a lot of respects. And leaving aside politics, I'm not talking about politics, indifferent of politics, but India has taken the lead, no, and it has helped sent the support, whether it is ventilator, foods to many countries, no, and medicines, and no, it has come into the limelight. So political leadership is the next, and third one, which I think we all are very very connected and related, and that's the academic leadership styles. What is happening in the academics? I think academics, as we know, all of us know, the kind of difficult times you all are going through. I think government, no school, college, or university teachers, as far as no salary is concerned, they have no worries. But as far as the research and no engaging the students, okay, all those areas, I think the difficulties are same as the private teachers are facing today. UNESCO has compiled a short list of some impacts of the corona in academics. We have seen many reports in the newspaper that even the classes are engaged online, but many students are at disadvantageous position because they don't have the laptop, the smartphone. Many don't have the internet connections in the locality, and we have seen in the newspaper some students are on the top of the tree and attending classes. So much interest. I think real learning is happening this time. That's why Swami Vivekananda said the learning is the self manifestation, it's intrinsic. We have to take interest and learn, and that is happening. The disadvantageous or disproportionate underprivileged learners, how academic leaders can address. There is a little bit of politics also here. If I look at, see, the Nagaland government, they have distributed pen drive with complete course material to the students. Punjab government has announced no free tablet, free tab to all the students. Likewise, many governments, state governments have taken some initiatives, okay, to address this particular situation. Central government has also come out with the announcement to connect all the villages, all the panchayats with the optic fiber net, high speed internet, so that it can be available. But that will take some time. But at this point of time, as an academic leader, what institutions are doing for the disadvantageous students, how they can learn. I think there we need some kind of disruption. The second is unequal access to digital learning platforms, lack of access to technology, or good internet connectivity, which I was referring to, is itself an obstacle to continued learning, especially students from the poor families. The social isolation, the schools and universities are hubs of social activity and human interactions. But as these are closed, how we can ensure that online we can have some interactions, more interactions, and we can develop these skill sets among the students. I think that's a big challenge for the academic leaders, for the teachers, or the promoters of the institutions. Parents, teachers, students, no one was prepared for online learning from home. But today, we all are acquainted, we all are familiar and smart enough to use the online platform. I think that's one good aspect. High economic cost. Many times we have questions like, sir, for internet classes, the internet cost, who will bear the expenses for the teachers as well as for the students? So that's, I think, one area need to be now addressed. I think many institutions, they have allowed deferred payment for the admissions. Whatever possible you give now, and later on you can give in installment during the course of your study. I think that's something very creative and innovative solutions some students have come forward to support. The questions. Today we have the digital platform, the Google Meet, GoToMeeting, so many, Cisco WebEx. Okay, so teachers are using multiple platform. So which particular platform we should use? Whether we'll use synchronous or asynchronous learning. I have seen many schools what they're doing, lectures, they are recording the lectures and video they are uploading in their YouTube channel, wherein students have to go through the video. And many teachers, they're doing synchronous learning at the same time. I think that's the best mode. Some of the sessions can be recorded, and some of the sessions we can have live so that we can interact and take some questions from the students. How will students engage? The online teaching learning is something different from the offline. Online engagement of the students is something different because we cannot have many activities like storytelling, role play, business games, so many things. Generally, what do we do in the class? That flexibility we don't have on the online. So, how we can manage the self-managed learning discussion forum and the group? How we'll communicate with the stakeholders through email, WhatsApp, Messenger? I think at the policy level there must be some kind of understanding on this. And the last part is the assessment learning. And we know the online assessment, until we develop a good strategy, it's always comes under no questioning. It was there in the newspaper that IIM Rohtak, they conducted their admission test online in the Google form, and no that no drew a lot of criticism, and it came on the newspaper also. But possibly we can develop some good evaluation strategy, good assessment strategy for the students online, and it's all possible. I think today even we are engaging the sessions online, but good amount of learning is happening, and it's the positive sides, and this online learning is going to stay for a longer time. Some of the critical success factors what we need to understand as far as the academic leadership is concerned: the need to assess the situation efficiently and accurately at all times to make informed decisions. That's one. Build trust. As a teachers or promoter of the institutions, are we communicating with the parents or the students? Okay, whether that communication channel is proper, we are making contact regularly. That's very, very important. We need to make use extensively the social media and the internet. Social media, today's youth are very active. I think Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter can be effectively used as a teachers. We can upload good learning, good stories, a lot of good stuff where the followers, our students, can follow us, read those. I think learning happens in a great way through social media platform as well. So in this difficult time, as a teachers, as a promoter of the institutions, I think we need to exhibit the leaderships to ensure that students learn or social distancing is not resulting any kind of knowledge distancing. And teachers are doing wonderful during this difficult time for last 7 months. I have interacted with so many teachers from schools, college, and universities. And I've seen the kind of interest they're taking 24 by 7. They are working on the study notes, the assignment, the assessment. Even teachers are calling over the phone to the students, those who are not learning, and trying to clarify their doubts over the phone. So much interest, no, so much, no, out of the way teachers are coming forward, no, to address the concerns of the students. I think that's fantastic, no, and we must no, appreciate even during this difficult time when there is retrenchment, there is salary cut, and because of being locked down, the stress level is high. But still, the teachers, we all teachers, are doing wonderful, and we are contributing, no, significantly in the teaching learning process. And hopefully that no, will soon be back in the campus, and teachers, students, all are waiting eagerly. But until unless I believe that any effective vaccine comes into market, it cannot operate in 100% no, capacity. So that's a real concern. Now the next part, the first part, no, the part, as I said, it's about the leadership, and we divided into three parts, right? We spoke about the corporate leadership, we talk about the political leadership styles and the academic leadership styles, and the next part is the motivation, and know how we can keep ourselves motivated during this tough time. I think as an individual, I also locked for last 7 months, but I'm trying to learn new things, new tools, techniques. I'm trying to be present on the social media, and know in the blog, and post new contents. And I think no even at lockdown, I'm busy. I think no all of us. I think that level of stress is very high, and many people's habits are changing. Right, people's habits are changing, and many people are picking up the good hobbies, or whatever hobbies were dormant since now. During this no time, they're able to work on their hobbies. And I've seen that many many teachers, they're doing wonderful no online survey. They're coming out with the research, edited book, they're writing papers, online paper presentations. So activities are happening, it's not activities are not happening. But being at home, there is always certain amount of no anxiety, that when we'll get back to the no college or campus or the office. So that anxiety is there. And financial distress, definitely. If there is salary cut, if someone is working in the corporate and laid off, so those worries are there. The social isolations, we're not able to meet freely with the friends, families. I think that's also another concern, right? And problem to the elderly persons, especially elderly persons. We know that the affection, the death rate is higher, for the COVID-19. So elderly person, are completely locked down, and they are having really tough time because they're not able to go for a morning walk, and they are not able to meet the friends. I think they're having a tough time. And during this no time, we need to create a sense of belongingness. And now again, I said that no, we need to communicate. Okay, if not physically, that digitally we need to communicate. We understand each other problems. No, that's no, solicit ideas from the others. No, just be empathetic, and no, understand the concerns and try to help the people. Provide good guidance to the people. No, pick up new habits, do some exercise, okay, and do some creative work. If somebody wants to start a company, I think I have seen that some people during this pandemic, they start a company. At least this company will not do no wonder as the economy is slow, but at least they have conceptualized the idea, they have started the process. I think that's a welcome move. So recognize good work and good deeds, right? So many people do extraordinary work and demonstrate the kindness in crisis, and we must ensure that we encourage those people. I think we need to be self motivated. We need to motivate others as we are locked down, and keep ourselves fresh, and keep new ideas coming in our head, and try to do something no out of the way, something very different. And there's a lot of scope today, right? Because being on the online, I'll give examples that during this no pandemic, the MTC Global, which is organizing this particular program, we got tied up with one company in Egypt. No, they are doing a lot of MDB programs for the corporates in Gulf and in the Egypt and the African region. No, and I said that we have a lot of resources, human resources, who can deliver to any area, whether it is IT, HR, marketing, whatever area is there, we can know very good human resources. And we had some tie-up. So this is a good move, right? This is a good move, and some works will definitely come, and we'll try to do the justice to this work. I think connected online give huge opportunities at the same time. No people, those who want to contribute, those who want to work, those who want to come out with some kind of solutions. I think they can do wonder during this difficult time. So I think the motivation part definitely, and the last part I'll just cutting little short because we're going to know it's 56 minutes. We'll have a lot of interactions at the end. That is the best part, as I said. And the change management I kept purposely because it is connected with the motivation and the leadership style, right? The change management, I think that's the area where we need to focus. Tough time never lasts for a long time, but tough people lasts. Okay, that's a popular saying. I think we need to be flexible, and we need to have open mind. We need to adapt and adopt to the new situations, and we should be able to contribute into the new normal life, maintaining the common protocols, the self, the distance, and using the mask and maintaining hygiene and sanitizer. Using all these, know how we can contribute. I think that's very very important. I think we need to change. There is no other way. Even we come back to normalcy, I think a lot of things will remain online. Okay, so the change management, we need to change ourselves, we need to change our approach, we need to keep contributing, in our area of working, whichever area we're working, and try to innovate some new mechanisms and some new ways to contribute to our areas of work and to the society. So dear esteemed participant for today's program. As I said before in the beginning that no, I'll make a deliberation on three different areas, and we have the learned participants in today's program. So we can have an interactive session, and please feel free to ask questions, and so we can just again, it's a collaborative learning, so we need to share our views. I think that's the best way we can learn from each other. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for your wonderful participation this Saturday afternoon for this program on leadership, motivation, and change management. Thank you so much. So the forum is open for the question answer. Can I have questions, please?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Tell me, please.
Sir, thank you. Thank you for your wonderful explanation, sir. The presentation was really crystal clear, sir. We are able to enhance our knowledge regarding this presentation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.